Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, guys. As we all know, the Cleveland Browns have been riding a roller coaster of expectations and uncertainties for quite some time now. They've been building with a vision, trying to find that perfect mix of talent, leadership, and strategic planning. And in recent weeks, a topic has resurfaced that's really stirring up some serious debate among fans and analysts alike. It's about a quarterback who just a few months ago seemed destined for greatness, Shedeur Sanders. That's right, the same Shedeur Sanders who was projected to be a first-round pick, a guy with all the tools and potential to be a franchise quarterback. But as fate would have it, he fell dramatically in the draft, and the Browns, in a surprising move, picked him up in the 5th round. Now you might be wondering why all this fuss. Well, because this story isn't just about a draft pick. It's about perception, evaluation, and maybe even a bit of NFL's own mystery when it comes to developing quarterbacks. Let me take you back a little. Shedeur Sanders, coming out of Colorado, was considered by many as the top quarterback in the 2025 draft class. He displayed incredible talent, impressive arm strength, good mobility, and the kind of leadership that screams franchise quarterback material. But then, something strange happened during the NFL Combine. Reports suggested that Sanders didn't interview well, that he didn't quite fit the bill in the eyes of many NFL teams. And from there, the slide began. What was supposed to be a first-round pick turned into a 5th-round selection, and many analysts, including ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr., expressed frustration and disbelief. Kiper in particular was vocal about how poorly NFL teams seem to evaluate Sanders, criticizing their decision to pass on him so many times, especially after he starred at Colorado and was viewed as a top talent in his draft class. Fast forward to today, and that same Kiper has been vocal again, standing firmly in Sanders' corner. During an episode of ESPN's First Draft, he pointed out that despite the Browns sticking with rookie Dillon Gabriel as their starting quarterback, he still believes in Shedeur Sanders' potential. Kiper said, "Let's see how it plays out the rest of the year. I hope Shedeur has a chance. Even if he gets in there, he might struggle. Does that mean he stinks? Does that mean he was overrated? No." And honestly, that's a point worth emphasizing, because what we're seeing here is a classic case of NFL evaluation being, at best, a bit of a guessing game. And Kiper's stance reminds us that talent, especially at the quarterback position, isn't always fully appreciated or understood right away. What's fascinating is that Sanders' college career at Colorado was nothing short of exceptional. He was viewed by many as the top quarterback in his class, with a skill set that could translate well to the NFL. But the league's evaluation process, and perhaps even the perception of players based on combined interviews or pro days, seems to have played a significant role in what's been a shocking fall in the draft. Kiper pointed out that, before Sanders was with the Browns, he was projected as a top prospect, and even 9 NFL executives had him as their #1 quarterback last year. So why the sudden change? Why did so many organizations turn their backs on him? Kiper suggests that NFL teams, including the Browns, are not as smart or as insightful about quarterback talent as they often claim to be. He's not shy about criticizing the league's ability to evaluate quarterbacks, highlighting that even when teams have talented quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield, they often mishandle their development or let them go too soon. Cleveland, in particular, has a complicated quarterback history. They drafted Mayfield 1st overall in 2018, and he had some shining moments, nearly leading the team to a Super Bowl appearance, playing at a high level and earning a lot of respect. But then, for reasons that still spark debate, Cleveland decided to part ways with him in 2022. That decision, many believe, might have been a mistake, especially considering Mayfield's subsequent success in Tampa Bay, where he became a 2-time Pro Bowler and an MVP candidate. Kiper's critique goes even deeper. He questions the logic behind the Browns' ongoing quarterback choices and the organization's ability to develop talent. The overall record for Cleveland at the quarterback position since the AFC North's inception in 2002 isn't exactly stellar. They've finished in last place 15 times since then, with only one playoff win since 1999. The frustration among fans and analysts alike is palpable, especially when you consider how much talent the Browns have had over the years and how often they've failed to capitalize on it. That's why Kiper's comments about Baker Mayfield are so striking. He believes that Baker, who nearly took Cleveland to a Super Bowl, should still be part of the Browns' plans, but the team's management has been quick to move on, perhaps prematurely. Now, tying this all back to Sanders, it's clear that Kiper sees a lot of parallels. Here's a guy with immense talent, a proven track record at Colorado, and a lot of potential. Yet NFL teams, including the Browns, seem to have dismissed him, perhaps based on limited information or a misjudgment. Kiper argues that the league's evaluation process is flawed, especially when it comes to quarterbacks. They often overlook the mental makeup, leadership qualities, and potential for growth, elements that don't always show up on a combined sheet or in a short interview. So what does that mean for the Browns? Well, it's a bit of a gamble, no doubt. They've got Dillon Gabriel as their starter now, and he's shown flashes of promise. But as Kiper and many fans suggest, the real value might be in giving Sanders a real shot, even if it's later in the season or next year. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that NFL organizations sometimes ruin quarterbacks by rushing them or not giving them the proper development time. And Cleveland, with its storied but often tumultuous quarterback history, might have another opportunity to get it right, or at least, to learn from its past mistakes. Looking ahead, Browns fans are probably wondering, what's next? Well, the team's coaching staff will likely continue to evaluate Gabriel's progress, and there's always the possibility that Shedeur Sanders could see some playing time, maybe in mop-up roles or if Gabriel struggles. The key point here is the patience and the long-term vision. Because if Sanders truly develops and gets a fair shot, he might become a game changer, not just for the Browns, but for the entire AFC North. We all know the division is fiercely competitive, with teams like Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh always lurking, ready to pounce. Cleveland's success in the coming years might depend on how they handle their quarterback situation, and if they're willing to learn from past mistakes. And honestly, this entire debate brings up a broader question about how NFL teams evaluate talent in general. We see it all the time, players slipping, draft boards shifting, and then some players blossoming later than expected. It's a reminder that football isn't just about physical tools, it's about mental toughness, coaching, and sometimes just luck. Sanders had the talent, but the league's perception shifted due to circumstances beyond pure talent. That's something Browns fans should keep in mind. The potential is there. It's about nurturing it and giving players like Sanders the opportunity to prove themselves on the field. So wrapping up, this story isn't just about a draft pick or a quarterback controversy. It's about the bigger picture, the ongoing quest for excellence, the importance of patience, and the constant challenge of evaluating talent in a league that's constantly changing. Cleveland has a chance to rewrite its quarterback history, to learn from its past, and to perhaps finally get it right. The coming months will be crucial. Will Sanders get his shot? Can the Browns develop him into the star many believe he can be? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this debate isn't going away anytime soon, and Browns fans, you better stay tuned because the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the focus will be on how the Browns handle their quarterback situation moving forward. Dillon Gabriel has been given the opportunity to lead the team, and he's shown flashes of competence that keep him in the mix. But the real intrigue is whether Cleveland will eventually give Shedeur Sanders that shot, whether they'll see the potential that so many others have overlooked. Because, at the end of the day, talent is talent, and sometimes it takes a bit of patience to see it flourish. Browns fans, you know better than anyone that this team has been through so much, but the hope is that they're finally on the cusp of something special, something that could reshape the division and, who knows, maybe even lead them to another Super Bowl appearance. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Do you believe Sanders has what it takes? Are you confident in Gabriel's ability to lead the team? Or do you think the Browns should be more aggressive and give Sanders a real shot sooner rather than later? Whatever your thoughts are, this is a conversation worth having, and we want to hear every single one of your opinions. Remember, this is your team, your passion, your voice. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. The journey is far from over, and Browns fans, the best is yet to come.